Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Favi, and welcome to Arrows DIY. On my channel, I like to create Dollar Tree DIYs, high-end dupes, thrift flips, and the occasional trashy treasure. Today, this is a craft room organization challenge, and it's hosted by my friend Tami at Crafty-Peep, co-hosted by myself, and guest hosted by Kristy's Crafty Cottage. All the links and the playlist link will be in the description box below. But before we start, let's take some time and understand that this is a big project and it's not going to be done in one day. I am going to show you my mess. It's crazy, but it doesn't look like this anymore. Now, if you don't know, my craft space is inside of my bedroom and I have a craft space, and I'm just going to show you some of the things I do to organize all of this. Yeah. So keep this in mind when you go to Dollar Tree. You are going to have to put it away at some point. So just keep that in mind. All right. So I got most of the stuff handled, and yes, I blame Crafty-Peep. And once I got all that stuff out of the way, I just wanted to get one corner of my room empty. So then my husband and I went to Home Depot and we got some wood cut to size and some heavy duty shelf brackets, as well as some heavy duty anchors for the wall, because this is going to be very heavy. So tip number one is to get creative with your storage. I love using thrifted items to add some personality as well as function to my craft space. I was looking online for something similar. I found some options that maybe you guys could use if you like this idea. But I like how this adds a metal feature to my decor, and I thought it would be perfect for paint storage. Like I said before, my husband reinforced this with anchors and multiple screws in different spots so that it does support the weight of all this paint. As you can see here, you can use this for anything. It doesn't have to be for paint. And I also want to add little pieces of decor on here to just keep it interesting. Now, the distance between the bottom of the shelf to the floor is very important for me since I have little babies, and if you have pets, you might want to consider putting your storage a little bit higher up on the wall. I also like these little containers for little pieces in the craft space, as well as storing some paint mixtures that I might need to use again. Holder. This is what it looks like. I really like this paint holder. It holds 9 across of these little bottles. These 2-ounce bottles, it holds 9 across, and there's 4 rows. So if my math is correct, you should be able to fit 36 into this container. And like I said, it's a gift. It's a little pricey, but it was a gift from my husband to me for my birthday, and I really, really love it. And I thought it was really sweet. But I know he was trying to send me a signal to clean my room. But he knows I wouldn't buy it for myself, so I totally appreciate this gift. And it has some more room in the back. So let's say you have extra bottles of Mod Podge or whatever, you could probably store them like back here so that, you know, they're not in the way or whatever. So you still have more storage underneath the back side of this for any like extra bottles of whatever or whatever you want, you know, on your space. But I really like this. I would recommend this. Tip number 2 is to think vertical. Like I said, I have little ones, and I need my storage up on the wall where I know they are not going to get the little fingers inside, or, you know, they're not going to get their fingers injured or cut. So these galvanized pieces, these signs are so cute, but they are so sharp. So I would recommend putting just some screws on the wall, some hooks, so that we can hang it off from there. This craft space is a work in progress, so I am planning to make maybe like a collage on the wall of all my signs and my wreath forms. That way they're easy, but easy to access and easy to see. Because if I don't see something, it does not exist. You know what I mean? So now we're going to take the rest of the stuff that we're finding in this labyrinth that is craft supplies, and I'm just going to pick at this pile and put things where they go. That way it's kind of like a treasure hunt, and it's more interesting for me. I won't get bored. So now, well, that's the hope. Now this cute little wooden birdhouse is going to go in this little pile of wood so that I know how much wood pieces I need to store. Now, tip number 3 is to use clear storage bins to see the goods. So you want to be able to see your craft supplies inside of these clear bins. I recommend getting the ones with the clasps just because they work better in my opinion. I got this tiny one at Dollar Tree. It was the only one I could ever find. So if you can find a couple of them, I love these. I strongly recommend them. And I just use them for little Christmas decor for my Christmas in July. I don't need all my Christmas bins, but this is really handy just to have around. It has a handle, but it's very easy to use, very easy to lift, and I can keep it in reach. So I also keep unfinished projects up on that shelf, so you totally got a sneak peek. Hey! Hi, little baby. It's very important to give yourself breaks, to be kind to yourself, and to be realistic when you're cleaning or organizing your craft space. Another treasure I found was this candle, and I just chose to put it there, just a little bit of decor, and I plan to change out this decor throughout the seasons just to add little pieces of joy while, we're working. Tip number 4 is to store in-season florals on display. So if you have florals for a particular season and you have a whole bunch of coffee cans like I do, you could totally use these to decorate and keep your florals within reach. If your florals are stored away somewhere you cannot see them, you're more likely not to use them, and then you will go buy some more. So keep them within reach so you can find them when you need them. You can use a coffee can or you can store them like this. This idea was inspired by Indiana Jones as well as Connie from Connie's Creative Creations. I will also leave their link in the description box below, but they showed me some of the things they're working on for their videos on this playlist. So if you want to see their videos, guys, be sure to click that playlist link below. I got this crate from Dollar Tree, and I have a couple of them, but I thought it would be awesome for storing some florals. So you could totally add these to your wall, just, I don't know, find a way to attach this to your wall. But I'm going to keep it as a freestanding piece so I can just move it around as I need to. Literally, I'm just poking these picks and shoving them into the holes so that they're snug in place. But since I'm not securing them to the wall, you do want to be sure that it's not too top heavy. So just be mindful when you're putting your florals so that you start at the top, you start progressively adding florals all the way down the full length of this crate. And it works really well, and it actually doubles as a decor piece on top of my shelf. So the front of this crate could also hold a frame, so you could, say something cute in your craft space, something creative. You can add a little frame on there. You could even add like a little pocket in the front to store some other things you might like. But I'm just going to use the front for more floral storage because I need my florals within reach. So there you go. I'm just adding greenery florals. You could also add picks as well, which I end up doing later. But you can see here, I'm just randomly adding them around, starting at the top, working my way down. And I really like this. So thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your ideas. And I really hope you guys enjoy the entire playlist. I'll leave that link in my comment box below. But this is very simple to do, and I just love the color that it adds to my craft space. This is my favorite way of storing any leftover out of season ribbon and nautical rope. This is another thrifted item, and I'm just using it to hold my threads and stuff like that. If you're still here, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for all your continued support. I'm so excited that we have grown to almost 3,000 subscribers. So as you can see here, I just continued picking things from this pile that seemed to never end, but it did eventually. And when it did, I celebrated with a nice cup of coffee. Be sure to give yourself incentives and celebrate all your successes as you go along. As you can see here, this is all the bins on top. And I can show you in another video, if you're interested, what's inside those bins. Now for tip number 5, be sure to use recycled jars and containers that you already have in your home. I do so much laundry. I spend 75% of my life doing laundry. So I have a ton of these. These are for $15. You can get this this powdered detergent, heavy duty, at Costco. So I have tons of these containers. $15 for this wonderful reusable tote. They stack, so I'm going to make a nice big wall to enclose myself into my craft space. Here's another glue gun holder I made last year using Dollar Tree items. It took me 5 minutes to do. So if you haven't seen that video on my channel, it's on my channel. And there you go. Here's a quick little behind the scenes look at my Crafty Shenanigans headquarters. At the top there we have all the craft bins. I love clear bins so I can see exactly what I'm looking for. I also have my camera set up right there on my shelf on a retractable arm. I have my ribbons in a basket within reach, because you know when you're making a project, you don't have no time to be looking in bins. We need it right next to us. We need it as soon as possible, right? So all of those are in that basket. I also have this paint storage that my husband bought me. I'll have all the links of anything I got on Amazon in the description box below. And these are the bins I got at Costco, and I love them so much. Again, I want to thank you so much. Don't forget to stop and smell the faux roses and enjoy every single thing you find in your treasure hunt. I want to thank Crafty-Peep for hosting and Kristy's Crafty Cottage for joining me today, and all of the wonderful creators on the playlist below. Be sure to check that out so you could get as much inspiration as you need. All right, now get organized and get crafty. Take care, God bless. Catch you on the next one. Bye.